Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Double Bubble Trouble podcast hosted by me, Halon. Welcome back. Episode 5, I believe. So we're on now. I wanted to wait a little bit before I had another episode come out because I wanted news. Because when I do these podcasts, I don't want to just do 20-minute episodes, 30-minute episodes all the time. I want to give longer episodes, more content to you guys. Because when people think of podcasts, they think of something they can listen to on a long drive or at work, at the gym, whatever it may be. So I want to make sure there's enough content to be able to talk about, or at least stretch it to, the 45 minutes to an hour. I want to make sure there's plenty, because I don't want to just be going on and on and on and rambling about nothing. Especially when it's just me by myself. Sorry for that. That was my door. I don't want to... But like I said, yeah, I just want to make sure there's plenty of news. And we've got a lot of news. Season 13 is right around the corner. Season 13 comes out next week, next Tuesday, May 10th. Hope you guys are ready. It's titled Saviors for those that don't know or haven't been paying attention. You living under a fucking rock? What's going on? Check it out. So, we've got a lot of news. A lot of topics to talk about today. As you guys know, here on the Double Bubble Trouble podcast, we cover ALGS, tips and guides, and news, of course. Most important. All right, guys, so some of the topics I want to talk about today. Obviously, we're going to talk about Newcastle, the new legend coming out next Tuesday. We're going to talk about his abilities, what he can do, maybe some early game strategies. We're also going to talk about some of the changes to Storm Point. These new things that are being added into it. Also, the changes to ranked. Because you guys know that rank is going to be changing. There's going to be, it's a lot more team-based. They're punishing, I guess, the selfish and solo style players now. They got new rank points, or rank cost points, how much it costs per match playing ranked. Some changes to the multipliers for assists and kills and things of that nature. And also, this just posted from Jake Lucky. Might have to follow this guy. He keeps posting a lot of interesting things about Apex. This was posted on May 3rd, 2022 at 4:02 p.m. It's a couple days ago now. But I want to talk about today. This is covering a little bit of ALGS, and this is kind of the extent of ALGS that I will be covering in this episode today. This is a small clip from Snipedown stream. For those of you that don't know who Snipedown is, I don't know how the fuck you don't know who he is, especially if you do pay attention to ALGS. This man is a legend, a GOAT. In my opinion, could even be better than Hal, some of these other top-tier players. Snipedown is a former Apex pro that's now competing in Halo, where he got his esports start. He's also pretty good at that game as well. Snipedown, there is a clip of Snipedown on his latest stream talking about how he's unhappy with not Apex, but with Halo and the state of Halo. And quite frankly, I'm right there with you, brother, because I was really excited when Halo Infinite came out, and that's why I took about my 3-4 month break from Apex while I was grinding Halo, because I thought that this Halo was going to be great. I thought it was going to be fantastic, amazing, like it was going to be worth getting back into. And plus, after the first event, capping at like $300,000, the $350,000 first place prize and the $350,000, I think, live views or steady total overall. I'm thinking they might have reached 500,000 on Twitch for that first tournament, especially the Sunday, the finals. I thought Halo was back. I thought, yeah, this is it. This is Halo. Halo's coming back. This is great. This is wonderful. This is awesome. And then as slowly over time, we started to realize that Halo Infinite was in the same state that Halo 5 was when it first came out. And Halo 5 is a pretty good game now. Or it was after all the updates and they finally finished it. But this game is half finished. It's not polished. There's a lot of bugs, a lot of problems. And the Season 2 just launched for it. And they're just still doing a lot of dumb shit with it that just doesn't make any sense at all. Period. It's just not, it doesn't make any sense at all. It's just like, all right, we don't know what you guys are doing. We don't understand what the hell's going on. And it's driven a lot of people away. Now, I was always going to come back and play Apex, but it definitely drove me away to come back to Apex even earlier, and now I was ready. But enough of that. I'm rambling. So, Snipedown's in his latest stream talking about the state of Halo and how he's not happy with it, and might be hinting at a return to Apex. Here, I'll let you guys listen to the clip. It's in the works. In the works. Words from Snipedown, not me. It's in the works. That's interesting. I think that's very interesting, actually. Because why in the world would he be saying that if Halo is so great? And like I said, Snipedown, like me, is an OG to Halo. Halo's the first esport I ever won money in. The first esport I ever won a tournament in. Ever won anything in. And he's got like 24 plus major championships in that game. So he loves Halo. And I know he does. That's why he jumped all over as soon as it came back out, just like me. But unfortunately, just not happy with it. Not happy at all. Rally event being, for those that are don't know what he's talking about, the rally event. The rally event is happening July 7th through the 10th, I believe is what it is. And it is the Apex Legends World Championship. It's the final tournament for ALGS Year 2. $2 million prize pool, I believe, for it. And he's hinting at coming back because, and the main reason he's able to do that is because right now Halo is currently on a 6-month break until the next big event. The next big event's not happening until Orlando. And that is at the end of September, I believe. It's either the 3rd or the 4th week of September. I'm not sure. Not 100% on that. But so there's a big stretch. There's a couple online tournaments, I think, for that. But it's not really like, anything. There's nothing massive going on. So, yeah. He could be coming back. And what better place for him to go than to replace Designful on G2? If Designful is 100% retired and never coming back, he's not and he's not playing anymore, and he's 100% going to focus on content and whatnot. Why not? Because Snipedown's the caliber player. It's like he doesn't want to play in the LCQ, Last Chance Qualifier. He doesn't want to do that. I mean, he probably would if he had to, but that's not something, and it's not something he deserves either. He's won championships in Apex, and he deserves to be on a roster that's already qualified so he can just put in the work and get reused to the game and understand. Because I don't think he played Stormpoint competitively at all. I don't know if he's obviously played some in between tournaments for Halo and whatnot, but I don't think he's played Stormpoint enough. So he's going to need some practice on it. But for the audio listeners, we've got a bunch of tweets down here from Cloud9, Zach, tweeting at people, tagging them to get Snipedown on team. A bunch of people commenting and letting them know that maybe the organization that Snipedown currently plays for in Halo, FaZe, should get into Apex, which I agree. Optics in Apex. Cloud9, TSM, CLG, some of the biggest NA organizations are in Apex. What are you doing? FaZe, what are you playing around for? Get involved in it. Stop fucking around. Get involved in this shit. Get the Apex community involved with Apex, because you guys just continue to grow the fan base that you already got. It's massive. But all right. Moving on to our next story. And changing scenes now. Next story. I want to talk to you guys about the changes coming to rank. I promise we're going to get to Newcastle because there's so much to talk about with Newcastle. But this other stuff, I want to kind of, talk about it now. Oh, also, there was a small story, too, I wanted to get into real quick. I forgot to write this down. I almost forgot. But my favorite place to get all my Apex Legends news, the Apex Legends News Twitter, Alpha Intel. Respawn could slow down. This is their tweet, word for word, audio listeners. Respawn could slow down Legend releases in the future. Whether or not the pattern continues is an ongoing discussion, and it might not be changed. But we don't want to saturate the pool of Legends. So, we can click on this dev interview. Kind of skim through a little bit of this. So basically, at the end of the day, I'm not going to waste all that time reading all that stuff. But at the end of the day, essentially, the devs, they work really hard. They work really hard on Apex. I think Apex has some of the best devs on the planet. Maybe not quite as good as maybe the Valorant, Riot Games people, but I think compared to what what the Halo community has in 343 and some of the other communities for other popular games have, I think these Apex Legends, the Respawn team is really, really good. They don't want to saturate the pool, meaning they don't want to keep releasing a legend. They don't want to overpopulate everything, and then certain legends never get played, and then characters are never played, etc., etc. And also, I can imagine, and it's not making excuses or not saying it's, whatever, but I can imagine that it is probably extremely tough to come up with a new legend. It's easy to come up with a character and write a story for them. That part's easy. But coming up with abilities that fit in this team-based 3-man BR, Battle Royale, it's hard. It's tough. And then they got a testing and balance and all the different things you got to do to make sure the legend fits in there properly. It's rough. It's not easy. I know it's a long process. It takes a while. It takes a very long time to get these things together. Like, I'm sure Newcastle, which actually I read something else saying, hey, he had a completely different name, and his quote unquote abilities were a little bit too selfish. And he was kind of had a breach. They said, I'll find the tweet wherever it's at. They had basically a breach and clear thing. A breach and clear was his ability, and it was a little too saturated, not too team based, not too oriented around being a team. So, it wasn't. It was scrapped. Here it is. He was originally a legend called Axiom. The abilities were a breach and clear play style, and the passive was around shield batteries, but was scrapped because they were not team-based enough and too selfish. Which makes sense, because even the Assault Legends, like Horizon, like Wraith, like Bangalore, Mirage, Revenant, all the Assault Legends that you can think of in this game, Ash, they have a selfish ability or two, but they also have an ability that is very oriented around the team and can be used to help the teammates. So it makes up for it. So clearly Axiom, what Newcastle was originally called, did not have that, and they had to scrap it because it would have been a little weird to play that. And I agree with that decision. If you feel like, the play style, because this game they're pushing it to be more team-based. And if you want to go down that road, you've got to be able to have legends that play into that. And if you don't, well, you know exactly where you're going to end up. Other news, Lifeline mains, there's no changes coming to her at the end of at the start of season 13. Sorry, guys. A lot of people are saying that Newcastle might be taking over most of the Lifeline mains based on his abilities and whatnot. And we will get into that in just a second. Shortly here soon. So let's go over to the changes to rank that are happening. I'm excited for Newcastle, by the way, before we go into the next story. I'm excited. I think he's going to be a fun legend to play. But, all right. Let's take a look at some of these changes for Apex Season 13 Saviors Ranked. The first tweet was from Alpha Intel. Ranked Reload and Apex Legends Season 13. Team play for victory, accurate skill, and better competition. Check out all the changes, plus complete explanation from Respawn here. So, going into some of the other tweets, assists have changed. The assist timer, 10 seconds instead of 15 seconds. Or going from 10 seconds to 15 seconds. Assist timers are refreshed upon player's revival. You guys know what that means. You don't really need an explanation of that. I mean, if you do, essentially what it means is that when you're shooting at somebody, you get a certain amount of time to be able to get an assist on it. And also, you got to be able to do a certain amount of damage to them, too. So, that's what's going on with that. Entry costs. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. I'm sorry. The entry costs. Now we finally have entry costs increases on promotion into a new division. Master and Pred entry costs increase with total RP. 5 RP every 1,000 RP up to 175. These are the new entry cost numbers. For the audio listeners, you got bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, master. I'm sorry that this is taking up. But here's what we've got. So it looks like we've got individual changes to each tier or each number ranking of the divisions. So bronze 4 costs 15. Bronze 3, 18, Bronze 2, 21, and Bronze 1, 24. That's massive. Because you didn't get that until you got into silver, I believe. Or even gold. Now, silver, you got... Now, I'm reading this from silver 4 all the way up to silver 1. So remember that for every rank. We're going from 4 to 1. Silver, you've got 27, 30, 33, 36. At gold, you've got 39, 42, 45, 48. Platinum, you have 51, 54, 57, and 60. Diamond, you got 63, 66, 69, 72. And Master is 75. Holy fucking shit. Excuse my profanity, but they are trying to ramp this skill gap up. They are trying to ramp up the skill gap. They are trying to separate the bad from the good, and quite frankly, I'm all for it. Now, granted, this is going to make solo queuing a lot harder, and you're going to probably have to find a team to get through this. But this is definitely going to separate those players that just solo queue and take advantage of certain things. And this is going to make them have to get a team or learn how to work as a team better. But this is interesting. I'm definitely interested in this. 100% interested in this. This is cool. And I like how they've got, like, I think it's pretty cool that they've got different numbers for each rank instead of it all just being kind of the same all the way through and through. So, got the assist thing down here. However, you know, even with these number increases, I don't think it's going to change the meta that much. Or, I'm sorry, not the meta, but I don't think it's going to change the skill level within those divisions that much. I mean, silver players are still going to be silver players. Gold are still going to be gold. It just means you can't be like me necessarily, who doesn't always have a team where, you know, if I hadn't played ranked in a season or two, I just go through silver and gold. I might have really, really bad teammates and try to carry, and I get through, I don't know, 3 or 4 fights, get positive, etc., whatever, before placement has to really start kicking in and, you know, walk away with certain things and slowly climb up and then hit like 2 or 3 wins in a row, and then I'm out of silver or something, or gold, platinum, whatever it may be. But I don't think the skill level of players is suddenly just going to go like substantially up. Not until you at least hit the platinum or you hit diamond master area. Then you're going to start seeing like a lot more teamwork, a lot more separation. But silver, gold, bronze, I think those are going to, skill levels are they're going to remain the same for the most part. So, But here's the kills. Here's what I was really interested in. I wanted to see what the kill numbers were going to change. So kill RP cap is removed. Base value of each kill is worth increasingly less down to a minimum. Killing a lower tier player grants significantly less reduced RP. So they're actually going to now be able to track the type of player you are killing. So if you're in bronze, silver, gold, you're in those lobbies. If you're a bronze player, you killed a gold, you're probably going to get a lot of RP. If you're a gold player and you kill a bronze, not going to get that much. So let's take a look. 14th place. So here's where you got to get to at least be able to get plus RP at all. You got 14th place. You get 1 with no kills. No kills. Oh, I'm sorry. If you have kill/assist, you get 1. No, you guys see it right here for the audio listeners. That's what's going on. 13th, 12th, 11th, you get 5 plus 5 kills per kill/assist RP. Once you hit 10th place, 10th and 9th, it's 10. 10 on both ends. The RP and the kill RP. KP, rather. Once you get to 8th or 7th, now you're getting 20 RP and 12 KP per kill. I believe if I'm reading that correctly, that's what it means. I think, if I'm understanding that, that's what it means. And then for 6, it's 30, 14. Remember, I'm reading the placement RP first and then the KP. 5th is 45, 16. 4 is 55, 18. 3 is 70, 20. 2 is 95, 23. And first is 125 and 25. And I believe this is like, I want to say this is per kill. I want to say that's what it is. And based on the entry costs, so based on, somebody down here tweeted saying, wait, a killer assist only gives me 1 single RP when there are 14 squads left. So basically, as long as you don't get past 14 squads, you're doomed to make a fat loss. Even if you have 5 KP. They won't give you more than 5 KP. Do I get that right? You did get that right. It's an incentive for people that drops Frag East with 7 other teams. So, basically what I'm understanding on this is that the better your placement, the better the reward is for your KP. So if you're 14th place, you're only getting 1 KP per kill. But the higher you go, the more your KP. So if you basically end up in, the top 10 or whatever your KP is going to be, obviously it's going to go up. But you're still going to get a slightly reduced KP or RP in total if you're killing lower tier players. That's what your kills are. I don't know how they've built the technology to track that, but that's pretty freaking cool. They figured out how to do that. So, but moving on, that's what we've got so far as the rank changes happening. You guys okay with that? You not cool with that? Let me know. Let's talk about it. But moving on to the next story. We have... Oh, sorry. There's one more thing I need to cover for Ranked and the changes. Ranked Reloaded in Apex Legends Season 13. Demotion. You no longer have demotion protection fully. Not like, and this is going based off what they've been doing with Arena too, for all the Arena players out there. You guys know this, just like me. You're aware of this, and you are okay with this. Maybe not, but maybe you're not okay with it. I'm okay with it. You can demote out of a tier halfway down to the previous division. Master, 50% of Diamond 1. If that makes it, if that's not making, if the math ain't mathing for you guys there, listen. Basically what they're saying is you get demoted all the way down. You can get demoted. Basically, if you're at like 50% master, you can only get demoted down to Diamond 1. And then obviously you go down further from there, but you can't get demoted from 50% master, I believe is if I'm understanding that correctly. If you're at like all the way through master or whatever, you get demoted halfway down. So you get 100 RP tier promotion bonus. Obviously meaning that I guess once you hit the next tier, you get 100 plus, pushing you in. Tier demotion protection available up to 3 games lost after promotion into a higher tier. Meaning once you make it in the higher tier, you no longer got promotion, or you no longer got the 3 games. I think if I'm understanding that correctly. The tier demotion protection available up to 3 games lost after promotion into a higher tier. Essentially meaning once you get into that higher tier, I don't know if maybe you... I don't think they're not saying you get to reset, so you might just lose it all in total. I guess I'm not fully understanding that either, but I guess once you get down to like the bottom, like if you had like 7,200 like diamond, I guess you get 3 games, 3 chances to try and get back up so you're not losing. So, but all right. That, I believe, covers everything with ranked. I think that covers everything with ranked. Let me double check. Yeah, I think that does. So, no other tweets, no other info going on. But, if you guys want to talk about it too, could mention the Spectres in the IMC armories, the new changes to Storm Point. So basically how these things work. It's what this tweet is telling us right here for the audio listeners. The Spectres and the IMC armories fight these guys for 60 seconds to gain access to smart loot bins. The more Spectres you plus your teammates kill, the more loot you get. That's pretty much the basics of that. So it's kind of like the Bloodhound Trials a little bit combined with the explosive holds on Kings Canyon. It's kind of a little challenge added. And obviously once you activate it, the door shuts and you're safe, so you don't have to worry about being third-partied while doing this. So the more you kill, I'm not sure. I don't think they've announced how many are going to be in how many Spectres are going to be in each armory. I'm going to assume probably like somewhere around 20, 30 maybe. Somewhere around that number. Maybe you get gold items if you kill all of them. That'd be pretty cool. You get like, a gold wingman, gold R301, gold guns of all sorts, I guess Hemlock, whatever. You could get whatever gun, gold. You get red gun, Kraber, G7 Scout, Spitfire maybe. I don't know. I don't know if they'll give you care package weapons for doing that, but yeah, so basically you find one of these things and you kill this. And here's what I'm wondering too. Here's a question I have for you to start pondering a little bit. What happens once you're done? I wonder if they reset. I would assume they reset the number. Like it's not that you're stuck, with that amount of you're not stuck with that number and that's all you get. I think they would reset that and you could try again if you want to get better loot. So, pretty cool. Moving on to the next thing, segued us. Segue? Segued. What is segue? I just make up a new word. Segue. Let's talk about some of the things going on that we haven't covered. That's a weird segue. All right, let's talk about Newcastle. Let's talk about it because I know you guys are ready. I'm ready too. Let's talk about Newcastle. So, we got a name. His bio. Name he is used to enter the game is Lamont Craig. Assuming maybe it's either a fake identity or maybe it's the identity of the real Newcastle, as you guys seen in the previous trailer, the second trailer, I believe. Yes, because we've had 3 trailers now. Well, 4. But the second trailer that showed Newcastle commenting on Mirage's comment to Newcastle when he first showed up, saying it took him 40 tries to get into the games. But that wasn't Mr. Jackson Williams, a.k.a. Anita Williams' brother, a.k.a. Bangalore. That wasn't him trying to get in. So I don't know if maybe he's taken the name of the guy that was killed, the original Newcastle, or if this is fake identity. I'm not sure. But, so, according to this bio right here, Newcastle, heroic defender. Lamont Craig wasn't like other dads in the neighborhood. Sure, he dropped the kids off at school and acted out multiple voices every night for story time with his toddler. But Lamont had secrets. 13 years ago, in the last Great War, Lamont was a soldier, top soldier for the IMC. But once he realized his side was the bad guys, he made the life-changing choice to go AWOL, leaving behind his sister Anita and his real name, Jackson Williams. Lamont moved on to an idyllic, I'm going to butcher that word, little town called Harris Valley, where he fell in love and got married. Harris Valley was so peaceful that they didn't even need for law enforcement or government. All they needed was their knight, Newcastle. But that knight had secrets of his own. Unbeknownst. Sorry, my eye condition is really fucking with me right now. I can't really see with this background and stuff. Unbeknownst to the people of Harris Valley, Newcastle had sold off the town to pay off his debts, and the buyers came to collect. Thugs from the forgotten families came and killed Newcastle when he couldn't pay. Unaware Lamont was watching, Lamont defeated the thugs using his military acumen, but that wasn't the end. Their leader told Lamont he and his men were only the start of Lamont's problems and more would be back. It was then that Lamont came up with a dangerous solution. With Newcastle's helmet and armor, he could take on his identity in the qualifiers and do what Newcastle could not, get into the Apex games. With prize money like that, he could definitely pay off the debts, but not without the risk of being discovered, not as Lamont Craig, but as Jackson Williams by his little sister, Bangalore. Yeah. So Lamont was the fake name he came up with for himself, rather than being the name of the original Newcastle. So that's interesting. And he was discovered by his little sister that he was in the games. It's going to be interesting to hear their dynamic. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very highly interested to hear their dynamic and how they talk in the game. If it's going to be like, if it's going to be, aggressive like how Bangalore is with Revenant or Loba is with Revenant. Or if it's going to be similar to how Mirage and Horizon's interactions go, or Horizon and Ash's interactions. Interesting. It'll be interesting. But let's talk about some more of the Newcastle stuff. So let's talk about his abilities, what he's got. The tactical, we'll start with that. Tactical ability, the mobile shield. Throw a controllable drone that creates a moving energy shield. And by the way, guys, if you haven't watched the character trailer of Newcastle yet, what the fuck are you doing? Go watch the damn trailer. Get yourself invested in that. See what it is firsthand and what it can do. Because this mobile shield, from the trailer, what I seen, is able to block Mad Maggie's wrecking balls. So to me, that means it'll be able to block Ash's snare ring thing. I'm not sure what it's called. I'm sorry. I've never played Ash. I didn't even look at her ability. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I have no idea what that. I mean, I have played Ash on accident a few times, but I didn't pay attention to see what the tactical ability was called. So, the snare. I'm also assuming maybe it can block Bangalore's smokes from coming in. Maybe it could block Revenant's silencer, potentially. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. I don't truly know how much it can, how much it's going to be able to stop it. I mean, this is interesting though. Like, how many things is it going to be able to block? Could it block Caustic's ult if he throws it at you? Could it reflect Bangalore's ult back? Not really sure. But I'm interested with this. I think it's pretty cool. It allowed for people to be able to move up essentially, but there's got to be some drawbacks to it. There's got to be people have got to be able to get through it, you know. But here's another tweet, but we'll talk about that tweet in a minute once we're finished reading all the abilities. The passive, as seen in last two trailers now, trailer 3 and 4. It's called Retrieve the Wounded. Drag down allies as you revive and protect them with your revive shield, meaning your knockdown shield. So essentially, whatever your knockdown shield is, that's the level of shield protection that they'll get while they're getting revived. So you can pull them out of danger, pull them away, and if you got a purple, a blue, or a gold knockdown shield even, you're going to be able to provide quite a bit of protection for your teammates. Although I think this is going to increase the aping, potentially, especially in pubs or in lower tiers of rank. This is definitely going to increase the aping. And I could see this being a very, very useful ability for rank, or not rank, but arena pubs and ranked, with some of these CQC close quarters combat maps. Being able to get somebody out of the open and behind something and be able to revive them. And I wonder if it's like an automatic thing to where he just goes a certain amount, or the animation's automatic and you're not in control of it, or if you're in control of the animation. I imagine you might be in control of the animation, which I think would be that'd have to be the route they go, because otherwise it'd be a little like, damn, you're stuck too. So it'd have to be that. So, and I also wonder if you can hold your gun up. I didn't see him shooting in the trailer, but I wonder if you can hold your gun up and kind of cover fire over him. Kind of like what Lifeline did originally before they took away the shield. But moving on to the ultimate. The ultimate ability is called Castle Wall. Leap to an ally or target area and slam down, creating a fortified stronghold. Meaning, you literally pull it out. You see where an ally could be in trouble. Somebody could be getting shot at, and you literally jump over there. And this could be a game set. I think this might almost be on par with Gibby's bubble shield. Might be on par. It obviously doesn't protect from like bombardments, or, you know, if Caustic throws it and it bounces against it, it might, you know, reflect off. But, you know, this doesn't protect from Bangalore's carpet bomb or Gibraltar's aerial bombardment. It does not protect from any of that, unfortunately. However, it probably protects you from other people's tacticals like Mad Maggie's Wrecking Balls, things of that nature, Ash's Snare. But it could still be, I think it's still going to be very useful. And I think it's going to be interesting. Moving on to the tweet from Alpha Intel that has more info about these. The strength of Newcastle's Revive shield is based on the level of knockdown shield he has. We covered that. Newcastle can redirect his mobile shield's direction. Enemies can destroy it. Meaning they got to obviously they got to get around it and be able to destroy the drone that's controlling the shield. But he can move it around. And I assume, like, you know, you still be able to have your gun up, but you can be able to move it wherever you need to move it. Or maybe you won't. Maybe you're moving it, you know, you might have to hide behind it and have your teammates protect you. But when his ult is live, Newcastle can lock on to teammates to leap on them. That's going to be interesting to see how that works. Somebody down below asks, can his ult do damage? It said it knocks back nearby enemies when placed down. Enemies who push through the energized wall are punished and slowed. But we're not thinking it deals damage, which is cool. And it's interesting, actually. It's you know, this character is he's got some good abilities, but he's also got quite a few drawbacks. And it may not make him more viable than Gibby in rank or competitive ALGS. But you definitely got to get some type of consideration, with as much as that, especially with the revive thing, like that's huge. Especially that is going to be huge, especially in ALGS. Being able to pull your teammate out of like the line of fire to be able to revive them, as long as you got a decent knockdown shield, blue or higher. Because white, they're probably just gonna be able to shoot it and I don't know, knock it out really quick, especially if the team shoot it. The locking on to being able to save teammates, I think that'll be pretty cool. And the fact that it knocks people back, I wonder how far, if it knocks them back like only a couple feet, couple inches, or if it's like 10, 15 feet, force them back. And then you set up and try to cover while your teammate heals. Newcastle and Wraith could definitely be, or even Newcastle Bangalore could definitely, there's a lot of good combinations here. Like you could probably do Newcastle Gibby, bubble shield, drop that, be able to revive somebody, have 2 sets of cover to be able to revive somebody, like throw the bubble shield and then drop the castle, or throw out the castle wall, then the bubble shield, get the Gibby revive or the castle revive if he's closest right then and there. Whatever you guys want to do. There's little tips and tricks for you. I'm already thinking of this stuff right off the bat. I'm sure you guys are as well. But the mobile shield also looks like it can be destroyed by actually just shooting at it. So it sounds like it can only take so much damage, and it's split into 2 halves. And it can only take so much damage. So if you destroy the top half, bottom half's the only thing left, or bottom half first and then top half, whatever it may be. So yeah, this is really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. I'm very excited for this. I can't wait. The changes to Storm Point. Newcastle I'll definitely be playing. He's really got my interest, and I'm going to definitely be spending quite a bit of time in firing range with him before I take him into the Apex games. But yeah, this is... I'm highly, highly looking forward to this, guys. Like, really, really looking forward to this. So, I don't know about you guys, but I really am, and I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys are excited for another Apex Legends season. So, with all the news that we've covered today, Snipedown may be coming back, all the stuff about Newcastle, the changes to Storm Point, changes to the rank system. I'm excited about all of it. I don't really have any gripes about any of it. I know there's some people out there that are not very excited about it based on some of these tweets, but I am. I'm really excited, and I think it all could be like, it could all really go well. So, but all right, guys, that's going to do it for me on this episode of the Double Bubble Trouble podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. For the audio or for the visual listeners, like, subscribe, comment on the YouTube channel, subscribe to it, Halon YT. Let me know what you guys think, comment below. Check us out for the audio listeners at anchor.fm/DBT podcast. That's DBT, Double Bubble Trouble podcast. We're also on Spotify. Still having issues with Apple Podcasts, so right now we're only on Spotify. But check us out there. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, guys. It's free. Both YouTube and Spotify, or Anchor if you choose. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourselves. Halon out.